What happened to the black sheep of your family? In our family, it was my younger sister Nora. She was always different. While I followed the carefully paved path, good grades, med school, perfect resume, Nora veered off it like it was on fire. Rebellious, questioning everything, allergic to expectations. She dropped out of college at 19 to become a photographer. "You're throwing your life away," our father said during one particularly brutal argument. "No stable income, no security. What kind of future is that?" "My future," she snapped back. "Not the one you planned for me." That night, she packed her bags and left. Mom cried for days. Dad refused to say her name. I was stuck in the middle, torn between loyalty to my family and understanding my sister's desperate need for freedom. For years, we heard from her only through sporadic postcards. No phone number, no return address, just snapshots from around the world. Paris, Bangkok, Buenos Aires, each with a hauntingly beautiful photo she'd taken. Dad scoffed whenever one arrived. "She's living like a vagabond," he'd mutter, even though I once caught him late at night, holding one under the lamp, staring like it meant something. Then, 5 years later, everything changed. "Is this the family of Nora Jensen?" a man asked over the phone in a thick Spanish accent. My heart dropped. "Yes, I'm her sister. Senorita Jensen has been in an accident. She's asking for you." I was on a flight to Barcelona the next morning. The hospital was all white walls and sterile light. When I finally found her room, I almost didn't recognize her. Tubes everywhere, pale and still. "Hey sis," she rasped with a weak smile. "Sorry about the dramatic reunion." She'd been hit by a car while taking photos at a festival. Multiple fractures, internal bleeding. The doctors were hopeful, but the road to recovery was going to be long. "Do Mom and Dad know?" she asked. "Not yet. I wanted to see you first." "Don't tell them," she said, turning away. "They'll just say I deserved it for living this way." "That's not true," I said, though I wasn't sure it was a lie. Then she told me something that changed everything I thought I knew about my sister. "I've been published in National Geographic 3 times, she said, nodding toward her bag. "My portfolio's in there." Inside the worn leather case were magazine spreads, exhibition flyers, awards, proof. My sister, the family disappointment, was an internationally acclaimed photojournalist. "Why didn't you tell us?" I asked, flipping through jaw-dropping images. "I tried," she said. "I sent Dad copies of everything. He mailed them back unopened." Her voice cracked. Eventually, I stopped trying. That night, I called home. Dad answered. I told him everything. The accident, her condition, her success. There was a long silence. Then, "What hospital?" 3 days later, I was dozing in the chair beside her bed when the door creaked open. Dad stood there, looking smaller than I remembered. In his hands was her leather portfolio. "I kept everything," he said. Not to me, but to Nora's sleeping form. Every magazine, every clipping. She stirred. Her eyes fluttered open. "You came," she whispered. He stepped forward, took her hand. "I'm sorry it took so long." Mom arrived the next day. We spent 2 weeks in Barcelona. They never left her side. I watched them, finally, see her for who she was. Not the rebel, not the disappointment, but the artist, the traveler, the woman with a lens full of the world and a heart full of stories. And I think maybe, for the first time, she felt like she belonged.